Now that we've taken a look at SVO, subject, verb, object sentences, let's look at some other sentences. Remember, not all sentences in ASL are set up as subjects, verbs, and objects. Of course, there are some sentences without objects, or some sentences even in ASL that omit the verb. Also remember that these shorter forms of sentences are more common in ASL than they are in English. English speakers have a preference for longer sentences with lots of parts, whereas ASL speakers tend to prefer shorter sentences where ideas are expressed in a series of short sentences rather than one long sentence. So in the first example we have sentences that have a subject, which of course is a noun, and then a verb, subject-verb sentences. Now, with these sentences, the subject may or may not be a topic. Remember, if you put something in the topic, you're sort of setting it up as background information, making it seem a little bit less a part of the point of what you're saying in the sentence. Whereas if you leave the subject as a part of the sentence and don't set it off as a topic, then it's taken as to be more part of the emphasis of the sentence. So the difference between making the subject a topic and not making the subject a topic is really marginal and often difficult to pinpoint. So in the first, we do have the subject set aside as a topic. We have the determiner, the boy, and then we have the affirmative portion of the sentence, run. So we then have a sentence where the subject is not set aside as a topic. Your mom left or your mom is leaving. Because we don't know the tense of the sentence, we can't say whether or not that sign leave indicates past tense or present or future. So with that sentence, we have also a negation over the sentence, in which case the sentence is going to mean not that the mom is leaving or did leave, but that the mom did not leave or is not leaving. So here we have, again, with the negation throughout. Here we have another sentence where there's affirmative used throughout, subject and verb. Again. And then finally a sentence where you have a subject and a verb. Remember, what's written here as classifier 1 is a depicting verb, so it's 1, and we have the parentheses which shows us walk by. So my teacher walked by, and here the teacher is set apart as a topic. We can also have two-part sentences with a subject and a descriptor. The descriptor might be an adjective, as in this sentence. Again, it could be a prepositional phrase, a phrase that shows where something happened. In this case, we have his friend is not at the park because of the negation, and that would be signed like this. Again, and then we have sentences where the subject is followed by a descriptor that's an adjective. In this sentence, the subject is not set apart as a subject, set apart as a topic, and that's okay. But it's all part of the main sentence with a negation over it. So the sentence is, I am not happy. And again. And then finally, we have a subject with a descriptor that is a noun. Normally, we think of descriptors as adverbs, adjectives, maybe prepositional phrases, but nouns can also be descriptors. In this case, the sentence is saying that my sister is a doctor. So the doctor, which is a noun, is describing my sister. In this case, I did not separate my sister as a topic, although I certainly could have. But in this case, it's all a part of the one affirmative part of the sentence. So I have, again, so the thing to take away from these sentences that have a subject and a verb, or a subject and a descriptor, is that the subject may or may not be a topic, but the descriptor or the verb is not going to make a topic. It wouldn't make sense to make the descriptor itself a topic in these sentences. So you would never have a sentence like this first one I have listed here where it says, my father, old. You would never put old in the topic there. The old is what you're trying to say. It's the description you're giving. topics are always background information. So you could have the subject as part of the topic, but you'd never have the descriptor, the verb, whether the descriptor happens to be an adjective, an adverb, a prepositional phrase, or even a noun, as in the last sentence.